All right, you maggots, listen up. In between my fun of dealing with the fish tank, one of my neighbors called me up and he said that he had some snack trays that needed to be assembled. Now, picture this. This snack tray has 14 parts. The top uh, deck is two pieces, and then the legs come in sections, and then there's these uh, sturdying parts that go, ribs that go across on the bottom. But there's 14 parts, and you look at the box. Two of them are in the box. The box is tiny, and you start saying, well, why did they make this thing have to have assembly? Well, the box is so small, it's not heavy. So in other words, it sits in a warehouse somewhere, taking the least amount of space. See, it's no longer about how big the product it is and isn't. In other words, it's not how big the product is anymore. It's how small it can be made. And they don't care if they pass the time on to the purchaser or the purchaser never puts it together. That's not, they don't care about that. So in other words, he gives me these things and they go together. It's not the greatest design. It folds up. I could just show you real quick if I can get in there. I'm up in the fish room here, and it's a 10 by 10 room. But in other words, this thing folds up like this. Right? It's not. You figure it would fold down and look nice when you put it away, but it don't. But this is how everything's going, and it's all based on how small they can make it for in the warehouse. So they have it on the computer. The person orders it. They mail this tiny box to the person. The person gets it. They look at it, and I guarantee you, after I put these two together, a normal person wouldn't stay with it. It's it's quite difficult to put together, and that's the way everything's going. In other words, you buy it, you get that rush. You get the box, you open it up, you realize it's over. You're in over your head. And in my case, with my neighbor, he's not going to get frustrated. He just calls me up and says, "Hey, can you put it together?" And then I'm getting it, and I'm saying, after I get the box to my house, I'm like, "There's two of them in this thing." Well, that's the secret. Make it take the least amount of space. It's all about selling a product. It really doesn't matter if the customer is really happy with the product because you pay people to go on and put fake reviews. And with the fish tank, the heater that you have to take the heater out of the water, lift it out of the water in order for the cell phone to be able to talk to it. And there's a guy standing there in a video saying, "Well, I could change the temperature of my fish tank to make the fish spawn, but I do have to lift the heater out of the water when I talk to it with the cell phone." I'm like, who would design such a stupid thing? Well, in the interim of dealing with the heater, the first one blew up or went bad, and I went back on this new one that most cell phones. Oh, by the way, most cell phones won't talk to it because it's not Wi-Fi, it's not Bluetooth, it's that NPC. No, not NPC. It's three letters again, and it's the mechanism that you pay uh, from your phone to a checkout. It's that signal that they use, and it's a freaking foreign country design. I always pick on foreign countries and say that all their great engineers came here. That's why they're in such a mess. But in other words, the other companies are coming out uh, the heater that's on Wi-Fi now. See, somebody dared to put a wireless communicator to the heater, so now everybody's going to do it. It's insanity. Okay, you go over to the fish tank and you turn the knob on the top of the heater. Now, of course, if you have it as totally submersible, you're going to have to put your hand down in there and turn the little knob. But everything's insane. So as I'm working with the fish tank, trying to get that going, getting the plants in the sand, it's much harder to plant plants in sand because it's lighter, it has less weight to hold the plant down. So we had some fun doing that. And in the interim, I'm putting two of these trays, service trays, or yeah, whatever, snack trays together. And I left all the, you can see the white dots on them. Those are the part numbers of each part. So when you're putting it together, without those dots, you would never, it could be done, but not by the average person. But I just wanted to show you, this is what's going on. People give me stuff to put together. They ask me different, it's 72 years of this, and it's getting worse. We're at a race to the bottom with a lot of things. And I was trying to get away from the fact that I have a radio that has a broken gear. And anyway, I'm trying to get away from that. And I said, well, let me just redo the fish tank. And then, of course, in the 10 years that the fish tank has been up, they've changed everything in the fish tank. I was lucky to be able to get the cartridge for the filter. They still make that. But, I had to make a diverter for the filter because I'm using sand. It's hilarious stuff. But I just wanted to show you this server tray. Boy, does it look good with the camera. It makes it look wider than it is. But, yeah, it's service trays. Remember the stupid service trays? They were like $5, $4.99. This thing, 2 of these were $60-something, and you have to put them together. So, but I just wanted to show you, this is what I go through every day. That's why, some days you don't see a video come out. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to do a video of that. I just wanted you to see that if you order one of these, you actually get 2 in the box. The box is tiny. That's what it's all about. It's all about having a product, getting you excited about the product, you buying the product, and once you have it, yeah, you can return it, but, and that's what those return pallets are. People that get something like this, and they realize they can't put it together, they send it back, and I don't know if there's a fee now for that, but Amazon will have a whole pallet of crap, and it's crap. And picture, oh, look at, I got all this, I got all that, but every one of those drills that you get on the pallet, the battery's bad, and that's why people send it back. The battery wouldn't take a charge. So you have all these drills, and you're bragging to the camera, look, I got this drill. Then you go to charge them, and some of the chargers are bad, some of the batteries are bad, and out of 10 drills, you get 2 that sort of work. I'm privy to all this stuff, and I watch these videos, the people that dumpster dive, the stuff in dumpsters behind Dollar Trees and that's stuff that's out of date, or it's not selling. And you go, well, look at this plant vase. Yeah, you got 100 plant vases, you bring them home, and basically you try to sell them. Nobody wanted them because nobody wanted them at $1.25. So now you're basically becoming a hoarder. And I can tell when I watch videos of people if they're a hoarder or not. They get excited over nothing. And I can walk by cell phones now down on the ground. I did do one a few weeks ago. I told you that story. I can walk by an Apple cell phone, brand new, on the ground. I don't touch it. The last one I did, the little kid dropped it on the front lawn when he was running for the bus, the school bus. I found the phone. I rang the doorbell. I knew the guy was night shift. I woke him up. He comes out. He looks at the cell phone. He goes, that's not mine. I said, oh, I'm really sorry. I woke up. I go to walk away. He goes, it's my son's. Yeah, that's how slick they are here. It's not mine. It's my son's. Make me feel bad that I woke you up, but it's actually your son's brand new Apple, 3 cameras on the back, cell phone. I think that's it. All right, that's it.